This is why begins with isolated electric guitar notes, the use of delay causing each to ricochet into the distance. Likewise, snare strokes skitter off after each accented hit, the drum kit sound softened by spacious reverb. A bass meanders about, as if sketching out potential ideas, aiding the intro's relaxed mood. 14 seconds in, the bass and the guitar part slide downwards, both landing on E, the song's tonic, the note that feels like home. This marks the start of a drier texture, anchored by a simple beat and a dynamic bass line, while the guitar noodles above. At the half-minute mark, Hayley Williams enters with lyrics about sharing opinions. The words are ambiguous. They could refer to supporting a worthy cause or spitting vitriol, depending on the speaker. But Hayley's forceful delivery of the phrase "shove it" strongly suggests the latter, as does the repeated pre-chorus line. Again, the arrangement changes here, returning to a cloudy atmosphere that contrasts with the sections either side of it. Until now, the song's been relatively restrained, but with the arrival of the chorus, there's an uptick in energy. The guitar and bass move together, cleverly filling the gaps left by the melody in order to keep up the momentum. The distinctive rhythmic scratching of muted guitar strings, struck with a plectrum, helps to add to the activity without the music becoming too cluttered. There's a sense of irony to the bustling instrumental parts, given the lyrics. Confronted with the tensions of the outside world, Hayley would prefer to live a quiet life indoors. That's depicted in part by the use of conflicting scales and chords throughout the song. To simplify, it's in the key of E minor, which includes mainly the white notes on a piano, except with F sharp instead of F. But the track also uses a C sharp at various points, instead of a regular C. For instance, the pre-chorus alternates between a C major 7 chord and C sharp minor 7 flat 5. That juxtaposition plays an important role in building the tension ahead of the chorus, which begins on E minor, our home chord, matching those lyrics about staying inside. Let's move on to the bridge from around 2:12. We've seen how the track seesaws between drier sections and passages with more sustained elements, and we get both here. The lyrics hinge on 2 repeated lines. The first implicitly plays down the idea of leaving the house, with the melody using short, detached notes, later with backing harmonies adding parallel fifths. The second line describes how challenging that prospect can actually be for some, while the words are elongated. At one point, the final syllable is stretched out over a couple of pitches, with a breathy, almost Björk-like shift in tone halfway through. Tellingly, the melody here mainly falls. The bridge's final line does the opposite, with the lead vocals reaching up to their highest note, but the song soon returns to the ground with a bump as the chorus re-enters. Another neat piece of text setting is the repeated question why. The first 2 times it's heard in the song, an upward vocal slide gives it the inflection of a curious child. The next 2 times, the slide drops instead. It seems sulkier here, more insistent. On the final instance, the word is pulled apart as if a frustrated wail. Befitting the song's overall theme, it's like Hayley's choices are being scrutinized and dismissed by someone increasingly unable or unwilling to understand her point of view. For more analysis, you can browse the playlist, subscribe, and support Apocopop on Patreon. See you next time.